Welcome in, everyone. My name is Sam. This is another episode of the Rush Hockey Podcast, and it's a review of the game between the Edmonton Oilers and the Washington Capitals. The Washington Capitals won 3-2 last night over the Edmonton Oilers in what seemed to be a very awkward looking game. This is the first game that the Oilers are playing without Connor McDavid after that 3-game suspension handed out by the NHL for his cross check on Connor Garland. Tyler Myers also got a 3-game suspension as well. Let's just, I'm going to start off with by saying, watching this game, it did not pass my eye test. It just seemed like the Oilers were discombobulated in certain areas. The passes weren't clicking. But statistically speaking, the Oilers outshot the Washington Capitals. They generated a lot more chances. They were winning the faceoff percentages. But for some reason, there was a few players just watching this game just seemed like they weren't fully invested or in this game. Now, I don't know what happened. I know Washington is the top team in the league, and now they're on a 5-game win streak. Alexander Ovechkin did not score a goal, but that's besides the point. This was a measuring stick game for the Oilers against one of the top teams in the league, actually the top team in the league. I felt that the Oilers could have taken advantage of this game and won it based off of the amount of pucks that they fired at the net. However, it just wasn't the case. Leon Draisaitl did get the scoring started, and he continues his hot streak of goal scoring, continuing to lead the league. Then after that, I mean, look, we've talked about the first period. First periods have always been detrimental to the Oilers, but this time the Oilers got the first goal. Then they surrendered a goal. First period, leaving 1-1. I'm okay with that as an Oilers fan. The second period, the Oilers just they couldn't put the puck in the net. It was only Washington that scored in the third period. Washington scored again, and then Corey Perry scored while there were nachos on the ice. Yes, believe it or not, if you don't believe me, go look at the highlights. Somebody had thrown a plate of nachos on the ice surface and nearly missed Corey Perry's skate, which could have been very, very serious. And just a reminder to fans: you go to the games, great. You can boo, you can cheer, but when you throw things on the ice, I don't think that's acceptable. Now, Logan Thompson is a great goaltender. He's lost twice in regulation this season. So I'm not knocking the Washington Capitals saying that they don't win this game or they shouldn't have won this game, but everything that the Oilers have been doing all month and a little bit of last month in December was winning and clutching games. They were coming back, they were winning, they were dominating, shot count, hit, faceoffs, everything, and it should have pointed towards a victory. I don't understand this game. This is probably one of those games we can notch as a let's forget about it and let's not talk about it. But there was a couple goals in there that I felt were a little bit questionable, especially the last one where Stuart Skinner for goal number 3 on him. It seemed like he thought the puck was past him. However, it sat there in the crease after it knocked off the post, and Pierre-Luc Dubois cleared that and put it in the net. Some of the passes, guys, just weren't clicking. I don't know. Maybe just that's not having Connor McDavid around just didn't seem like they wanted to play or weren't invested. I don't know what it is. The power play went 0 for 3. We had opportunities. There weren't bad calls in this game. There weren't missed calls in this game from what I saw. I guess maybe just seeing the game, you guys would have to understand that it just didn't look like the natural Oilers kind of hockey that I'm used to. But look, we can't win them all. The Oilers did dominate in terms of shots, and Washington capitalized on the opportunities that they had. You guys see here, they had 14 shots. 14 in the whole game. That's not like 14 per period. It's literally the whole game. So this is a game that I, as an Oilers fan, probably am going to forget, and it's a loss that I wish we didn't have. But again, look, the excuse is we don't have Connor McDavid. I can't make that excuse. Jeff Skinner was on the top line this game, but didn't stick there for too long. I did not really see too much of the type of game that I expected Jeff Skinner to see. So when we see Connor McDavid come back in a couple games, we'll see where Jeff Skinner lines up or if he's scratched again. Personally, as an Oilers fan, as a hockey fan, this is not working out for Jeff Skinner. He's just not deployed in the right area, and I just don't see him finding the opportunities. Maybe he has to get relegated to a fourth or third line again just to see what he can do, work his way up, or potentially go to another team. Me personally, this is my opinion. As an Oilers fan, I'm just done with the Jeff Skinner experiment. It's just not working out, and I don't know what's going to happen with him. Now, the trade deadline is coming up. The Oilers are still looking for a top four D man, and I think they should look for another centerman. Losing Connor McDavid, this is kind of an example of why we need another centerman to really step up. Um, John Klingberg is still practicing. I think what I want to take away from this game is that it's done. The next game that the Oilers play is going to be on Thursday, and guess who it's against? None other than the Vancouver Canucks, who are still fighting for a playoff spot. They are just 1 point out of that last wild card spot in the Western Conference, and the Oilers are 1 spot out of top place in the division, and they're about 9 points out from the first place uh, in the overall standings for both conferences. So we'll see what happens, guys. This was just a game that as an Oilers fan, I'm letting you know, forget about it. I definitely want to forget about Stuart Skinner below 700 save percentage. I can't blame him. I can only blame the team in front of him and the play that was outputted. But look, I know my Oilers will bounce back and they're going to have a strong game. And I think maybe a divisional matchup against the Vancouver Canucks is going to be something that charges the Oilers back up again. We'll see how they fare up against Quinn Hughes and JT Miller and Elias Pettersson and Brock Besser without Connor McDavid. I know Leon Draisaitl is going to take this team and put it on his back like he's been doing all season. Guys, I think he's going to win the Hart. I mean, if he doesn't, then the only other person I could think would win the Hart Trophy would be maybe Quinn Hughes, because Quinn Hughes is a great defenseman. Nathan McKinnon's up there. There's a lot of other guys, but I really think Leon Draisaitl definitely should win the Hart. I mean, if I had an opportunity to vote, it would be him, and that's not me being biased. It's just he leads in every category statistically. But look, the good thing is the Oilers were able to keep this game close. This is against the top team in the entire NHL, so they were able to keep it close. The bad thing is um, Jeff Skinner, Stuart Skinner, and just kind of the overall power play just didn't seem like it fit well today. I don't know what it was. Victor Arvidsson was on that power play, and they then shifted to Matthias Ekholm being on that power play with Bouchard instead of Bouchard, I should say. But guys, as an Oilers fan, I don't know what to say. I mean, we got to wait for the next one. I hope it's going to be a win. And you know what? Not even hope. I think it's going to be a win. Thank you guys for watching this. I appreciate it. I'll see you on the next video.